Hello class, I'm going to be your substitute teacher today. I'm Mr. Norris, and today we're going to be learning about the element thallium. So I'm going to be asking some questions and answering it for you, and these are very fun facts that you need to know, and I want you to be writing these answers in your notebook. So let's get to the basics. Thallium was discovered in 1861 in the United Kingdom by a man by the name of William Crookes. Believe it or not, it was made by accident while isolating thallium and arsenic for a period of time, and then they got thallium. It ended up being a solid because isolating is like freezing them, so it has to be a solid that's at room temperature. That's what thallium is at room temperature. So, like I said, there were two elements that were mixed, and I'm going to be telling you how those two elements are made. So they both use a variety of chemicals such as oxide, hydroxide, nitric acid, and hydraulic acid. All these things need to be boiled and then freezed. Well, of course they have to be mixed with water, and you gotta freeze them, and then maybe 2 weeks later you'll end up getting thallium because it has to be very, very hot, and it has to stay in the freezer for a while because it's just super hot. It has to be boiled at 304 degrees Celsius, which is very hot. So there might be some negatives, such as the experiment might not work, and it's also very hot, so you have to be wearing a lot of protection, such as protective gloves, face mask if you need that, just stuff like that, protective clothing, keep you safe. So thallium is used to just make airplane parts. The way that they make the pieces are that you need to melt them, and then you have to shape and size it, and that's how they make it. And of course they have to wait and freeze it, and then they end up getting the part. So this can be dangerous, like I said, because it's very hot, and it's sometimes might not work, or it can catch on fire. So it's a very dangerous process, and that's why not a lot of people do this. So there's another element that could be a substitute for thallium, and that is selenium. Selenium is actually, believe it or not, very healthy for the human body, but you only need a small amount of it. So there's really nothing really bad about it because it's not poison or something like that. And now another substitute for selenium is arsenic. Now arsenic is poisonous, so it can be used to either kill rats in your house that you might want to kill, stuff like that. But like I said, it's harmful to humans, so if you're to be handling arsenic, it's just not good for you. It's just bad. So yeah, so that's so really you don't always need thallium because only a few aircraft makers use this because it's for one just very cheap, and it's not really that good of material to use. So that's why only a few. So that means basically the bad thing about that is that some of those aircraft companies will either go out of business or they'll just switch to another one, like selenium, for example. So if you were to ever be handling thallium and melting it or boiling it, then you always need to make sure that you're wearing protective gloves that are thick, like not just any type of glove, just a really thick glove that will protect you from a burn or something like that, because this stuff can severely burn you. And thick clothing, protective clothing for that matter, and like I said, safety goggles. So thank you for your attention today, and the bell will ring in just a few minutes.